Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back with yet another video, and today I actually have an upgrade to my living room setup. So this is like my main game area for like modern console games. It's where I watch TV, it's where I watch a bunch of sports. So I'll give you guys a little tour of it and show you the upgrade I have planned. So this is the upgrade I have planned for this area. It's an upgrade to the surround sound system. So the front speakers are Polk Audio XG60s, and there is the amp, which is a Denon AVR-X580BT. I picked this up from Costco. It was 1,900 Australian dollars. It's about 2,500 at West Coast Hi-Fi. So pretty decent saving right there. At the moment, I'm rocking a Samsung Q950B, which I believe is a 11.1.4 soundbar. It does have Atmos, but it definitely doesn't sound as good as this is going to sound. Even though this doesn't have Atmos, this will be a pretty decent upgrade. I'm quite happy with this soundbar. It's not bad for a small space. I will be putting it in my bedroom and popping a TV in there. The TV is a LG C10 OLED 65-inch. This was actually the first thing I ever bought when I started working FIFO. I've had this TV for a couple of years, been super happy with it. We've got the Xbox Series X right there. Down there we have my Panasonic 4K Blu-ray player. It's the DB-UB820. Good value for a 4K Blu-ray player. It's got Atmos and Dolby Vision as well. That Blu-ray player just there is just a NTSC Blu-ray player, so I can play the couple of movies that I have that were only released in the US. Down there we've got the PS5, and then we just got the Foxtel box. So at the moment we do have a subwoofer there, and we have the rear speakers back here. And one other little upgrade too is I just got my whole house wired in Ethernet. So there are 4 Ethernet ports back here. One's connected to the TV, one to the Xbox, one to the PS5, and one to the Foxtel box. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all set up and show you guys what I think. Hey guys, so I'm actually back after a week and a half since I originally bought the surround sound system. I've had time to listen to it, take it all in. But as it turns out, I'm an idiot and I bought the wrong AVR. So it turns out the Denon 550 doesn't have 4K 120 Hertz pass-through, which is a huge deal breaker for me because I have both a PS5 and an Xbox Series X. So basically what happened is took the AVR out, set it all up, and 120 Hertz doesn't fit. So basically put it all back in the boxes, listed on Marketplace, managed to get $350 for it, which brought the cost of just the speakers down to $1,550, which is actually still a really good deal. That is still cheaper than they were at West Coast Hi-Fi. And then I went to West Coast Hi-Fi and paid $580 for the correct AVR, which is actually coincidentally called the Denon 580, and that does have 4K 120 Hertz pass-through. It has 4 HDMI ports, which is fine because what I have plugged into it is a cable box, PS5, Blu-ray player, and the Xbox One. So I will now show you guys my new setup. So this is my main living room setup. This is where I play all my console games, watch movies in here. I did get the TV wall mounted since you guys last saw this. Need to tidy up the cables a bit, but at least it's only 3. It's just the power, Ethernet, and HDMI. But I have less space on either side, so when I do eventually upgrade to an 83-inch, it will fit here perfectly. There'll be about an inch to spare on each side, but it does fit in that little nook there. And despite this being an older house, the TV area is actually quite big. I mean, every TV size all the way up to 83 will actually fit there. So I have my center channel just there below the TV. We've got the Xbox Series X. We've got the front tower speakers right there, subwoofer down there. I am going to try and find a smaller TV cabinet and also one that's not in horrible 90s pine. And that way I can add a second sub on the left because you do have the extra port there for the second sub. So basically down here is got my Blu-ray player, Panasonic DB-UB820, which is 4K with Atmos and Dolby Vision. There is the correct AVR. This is just what I'm playing at the moment on each console. I just watched John Wick Chapter 4 yesterday. I hadn't actually seen that movie yet. I meant to get to the theatre, but I just never got around to it. So I bought the 4K Blu-ray, and yeah, it's awesome. The opening scene with the punching bag, just the thump with this subwoofer, yeah, that is awesome. So down here we just have my to watch list. These are movies that I will be watching just over the next couple of days that I haven't got to. I got my Foxtel box down there and my PS5. I am currently shopping for a rug just to cover up these cords because I have my rear surround speakers just there. The dining table over there, that is where I film all of my Pokemon videos. That's the background that you guys see in the videos right there. Same. I actually had this couch when I was at university. Just never got around to replacing it. It's just a vinyl couch, nice and comfy. Still have it. Same with the coffee table. That's also from there. So just on the table is just all of my remotes. So we've got the TV, we've got the AVR, we've got the Blu-ray player, Foxtel, Xbox and PS5 controllers, the remote for the heater, and that's just the remote for my old soundbar that I haven't got around to moving yet. So we pan up to the TV, you can see we have, that's the Foxtel box right there. The buttons on this remote too are actually labelled, and all of them correspond to my devices except for the media player one. The media player one is the PS5, the game one is the Xbox, and Blu-ray is Blu-ray, and satellite is satellite. So that's the Blu-ray player, and lastly, on input 4, we have the Xbox Series X. So just running through my final thoughts on this setup about whether or not it was worth it. Despite my little hiccup with the AVR, which wasn't, a complete disaster, it only ended up costing me an extra couple $100 in the end, but definitely annoying. But despite that, is this a huge upgrade over the soundbar that I had before? Yes, absolutely it is. Yes, the soundbar had surround speakers. Yes, the soundbar had Atmos. Yes, it had a dedicated sub, but this absolutely annihilates it in every way. And for not that much more money, I would strongly recommend going with this over a soundbar. The soundbar has been moved to my bedroom. I will eventually put a TV in there. It will still get used in there as a secondary setup. But for my main setup, yeah, this is way better. Like when I was watching John Wick Chapter 4 the other day, like during the fight scenes, during the intro with the punching bag, just the thump of the bass is, it's phenomenal. Like I've never really had like decent surround sound. I think a lot of people they'll buy great video equipment, like they'll buy an OLED TV, they'll buy a really nice monitor, they'll put all their money into video, and they'll completely neglect audio. Do not do that, guys. I'm so happy with this. This is honestly way better than what I had before, and I can't wait to build my actual theater room, which will be a massive step up from this again. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will see you in the next one.